Hello and welcome to another mini episode of Inside Workplace Wellbeing, brought to you by the Good Nutrition Co. I'm Nicole Dinan, and in today's episode we're diving into intermittent fasting and the science of Hangry. This episode was inspired by a HR manager colleague who happened to mention that hunger seemed to be taking hold of her organisation, as everyone was fasting these days. So we've taken on the challenge to unpack the science of Hangry and how fasting might play into the equation. And whilst fasting is a popular health trend at the moment, keep listening to hear what the evidence says in relation to the different types of fasting and the associated health claims. We'll wrap it up today by giving you 3 simple things you can do to support the intermittent fasters in your workplace to keep the hunger at bay. So let's get started on today's episode. So have you ever witnessed how someone's intense, irritable hunger can seemingly take over their entire mood? Well, it's a sensation many of us have experienced, and it's often accompanied by a term we've all come to know as hangry, a fusion of hungry and angry. But what exactly is going on in our bodies when we feel this way, and how might intermittent fasting play into the equation, particularly as the clock nears lunchtime in the workplace? Intermittent fasting has gained popularity in recent years, not only as a weight loss strategy, but also for its potential health benefits, including improved metabolic health, enhanced brain function, and maybe even increased longevity. But for many who are new to intermittent fasting, navigating through the hunger pangs and mood swings can be a big challenge. So let's delve into the science behind intermittent fasting and the hangry phenomenon. Intermittent fasting isn't a diet in the traditional sense, but more of an eating pattern that cycles between periods of eating and fasting. For your fast to be considered intermittent fasting, it should be longer than 12 hours and shorter than 24 hours. So if you fast for longer than 24 hours, that would be considered prolonged fasting, and it behaves differently to intermittent fasting, and it's not really recommended. In any case, we recommend seeking guidance from your health professional before you embark on any type of fast. Essentially, there are 3 different types of intermittent fasting, including, firstly, alternate day fasting, where you alternate days of fasting with days of feasting or your usual diet. Next is the very popular 5-2 diet, which is similar to alternate day fasting, where you eat normally for 5 days and restrict calories on 2 non-consecutive days. And thirdly, there's time-restricted eating, where you intend to shorten your eating window. The most popular type of time-restricted eating is the 16-8 method, where you fast for 16 hours and eat within an 8-hour window. We should say again at this point that it is by no means essential to fast. In fact, the evidence around fasting is in its infancy. So far, what we know is that it's not superior or inferior to calorie-restricted diets for weight management. It's considered to be about the same. It really comes down to compliance and what people feel they more easily adhere to if weight is the motivator. So why are we hearing so much about the health benefits of fasting? Well, some early science behind intermittent fasting suggests that it triggers various cellular and molecular processes in the body, including autophagy, or in other words, self-eat or cellular repair, changes in hormone levels, and alterations in gene expression. So these changes may lead to improved insulin sensitivity, reduced inflammation, and some other health benefits. When we go for extended periods without eating, our bodies start to release hormones like ghrelin, our hunger hormone. Ghrelin signals to the brain that it's time to eat, leading to increased hunger and motivation to seek food. At the same time, blood sugar levels may drop, especially if we haven't eaten for a while. And this drop in blood sugar can trigger the release of stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which of course can further exacerbate feelings of hunger and irritability. So, this is where the hangry comes in. The term hangry isn't just a catchy phrase. Its origins lay in the complex interplay of neurotransmitters and brain chemistry. Or, in other words, when we're hungry, our brains are deprived of the carbohydrate or glucose they need to function optimally. And it's this lack of glucose that can affect areas of the brain responsible for mood regulation and impulse control, leading to feelings of irritability and frustration. Research has shown that low blood sugar levels can impair cognitive function and exacerbate negative emotions, making us more prone to mood swings and irrational behaviour. It's all starting to make sense. So, in other words, being hangry isn't just about feeling hungry, it's about the impact of hunger on our brain's ability to regulate emotions and behaviours. And whilst it's easy to fob off being hangry on the interplay of hormones, what our body has set in motion can have awkward consequences in the workplace. So, here are three simple things that you can do to keep hanger out of your office. I refer to them as the three E's. So, firstly, E for energy. Have high fiber snacks available in the office to keep hanger at bay. Snacks high in fiber provide a slower release of energy, whereas sugary snacks can lead to blood sugar spikes followed by an energy crash. So, keeping healthy snacks readily available and in view can help make your employees more likely to reach for them. Some examples include fruit, whole grain crackers, or roasted beans and legumes. Next, E for encourage. So, encourage breaks. If your employees are consistently working through their lunch break, chances are they're going long periods of time without eating, making them susceptible to hunger. So, if your employees are intermittent fasting, prolonging their lunch break is prolonging the amount of time that they're fasting for. So, implementing blackout periods around lunchtime where meetings are not held can encourage employees to take their breaks. And finally, E is for educate. So, helping your employees identify signs when hunger is creeping up on them that can help prevent it from taking hold. So, encourage temperament checks at specific times of the day. Every 3 to 4 hours is a good place to start. You may wish to display our checklist in the communal kitchen to increase awareness. If your employees are intermittent fasting, educational sessions can help them understand the importance of choosing nutritious meals to ensure they're getting all the nutrients they need and can help regulate mood and keep hunger at bay. Educational sessions can also help employees learn about and practice mindful eating and stress reduction techniques throughout the day to help counteract the physiological and psychological effects of hunger, especially if they're going long periods of time without eating. And finally, educating and encouraging employees to consciously prepare for a plan B can help avoid disappointment or situations that may trigger a hangry response. In the end, no one likes to feel hangry and no one enjoys being around someone who's hangry. So, taking proactive action to support the health and nutrition preferences of your employees will be gratefully appreciated by everyone and make for a happier, more productive workplace. So that's it for today's episode. We'd love to know what resonated with you and whether you feel your workplace nutrition strategy is set up to support the eating preferences of your employees. Go on Instagram and DM us at The Good Nutrition Co. or connect with us via LinkedIn. We'd love to hear your thoughts. If you liked today's episode, make sure you leave us a review and hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on future episodes. Thanks for joining me today. Stay well. Bye for now. Today's episode is brought to you by the Good Nutrition Co., Australia's leading corporate nutrition partner. The Good Nutrition Co. has helped support the health and well-being of over 35,000 employees around Australia with exclusive masterclasses and on-demand learning, on-site workshops and one-on-one dietitian support. Head to goodnutritionco.com to find out how we can help you build a culture of health, wellness and productivity in the workplace today.